coach at Tulane University, 2 stints with the Saints, a Super Bowl champion, a great coach, and he's too good of a coach not to be back in it real soon, but we're sure happy to have him with us today. Please welcome our good and great friend, C.J. Curtis Johnson.
You know, it's a true honor to come up here and do this. This is my third time doing it. I did it for Marcus. I did it for Lance. Now I'm doing it for one of my favorites, Devery. And I want to say this, Ms. Benson, Dennis, you guys do a phenomenal job with those players and those guys. First-class organization. You know, we were bragging back there about how well this organization run. The Hall of Fame, the Saints Hall of Fame gets it right every year. I mean, you get the right players, you get the right people, right meal. I just want to say thank you for having all of us here. I'd also like to thank people who kind of don't get the acknowledgement that comes with this Hall of Fame. Cheryl, you and Devery Sr., thanks for letting us have your son. I'm looking at little Devery the third. He's knocked out, but I want to thank him, Amari, Caden, and Marley. Also, Miss Nikki, who really runs the house. I want to thank you for sharing your husband with us also. So I first met Devery in 1998. He doesn't know this. It's a running joke with him and Kevin about Karen Crow. We tease Devery. Devery's really from Opelousas, but Kevin said Karen Crow because he teased him all the time. Well, Karen Crow's coach was the first time I met Devery. He said, hey, there's this old guy over here, this little fast kid over here at Opelousas that you need to go look at, Coach. I was at the University of Miami at that time, and it was Devery. So I drove across the highway, across the freeway, if you know anything about Opelousas and Karen Crow. It was supposed to be a rivalry, but it wasn't. The coach from Karen Crow won all the time. Devery and them never won. They never beat them. So I go over there to this little high school, and I see this little kid. Devery was about 5'9", 140, 140 pounds. I'm like, no, I can't bring this guy back to Miami. I mean, we good players. This guy, he's a little skinny, but he was fast. So I keep notes of everything. About 5, 6 years later, I'm watching television. LSU's getting ready to lose this game. I'm telling you, I say it's over for them. I can't believe they lost to Kentucky. All of a sudden, the bluegrass miracle. Devery Henderson, the last play of the game, Randall throws it to him, and he just runs. It was almost an incredible play. Fast forwarded, Sean Payton hires me. I come to the New Orleans Saints. I'm scared to death. Never coached pro football. One of the first people I see, Devery Henderson. So I say, this the little kid. I couldn't believe it that he's grown so much. He was a man now. And it was a stacked receiver room. I mean, we had a lot of great players, Joe Horn, Dante Stallworth, all those guys. And the problem with Devery was everybody really, really did Devery a poor job. See, what Nick Saban did was he moved Devery to receiver his junior year, just right before the first game of the season. He just threw him in there. Never coached him, never did one thing. So Devery never caught the ball, never knew anything about wide receivers. He was just playing a position. He was just playing ball. And there's some technical stuff that you have to know and you have to do. There's some practices that you got to get this done if you're going to be a great quality receiver. So Devery never had that for years. So when I got here, it was like the fans were on him, man. This guy has so much resiliency for just taking it. He had drops. Coaches would be on him. And every time I mention his name in the meetings, they would look at me like I'm crazy. I was like, nah, this kid's going to be a great player. I love him. And so come to find out, first game in, Sean would look at me. He say, not Devery. We can't. I say, Devery. Devery's the one. Atlanta game, he scored a touchdown. We just were talking about it. I got mad at him. He kind of slowed up a little bit. The guy hit him in his shoulder, and he was out for 2 more weeks. But ever since then, he took off. And I mean, the hardest working receiver, Sean nailed it on the head, the best blocker, most unselfish. Dennis Allen said the same thing. Incredible, great human being. This young man did everything I told him to. I say, go work out at Wyatt. Wyatt's a trainer. He's kind of crazy, but Devery did it. Told Devery, hey, look, I need a hamburger, hot dog, whatever. Devery did it. So Devery was that kind of person. You don't have that many guys like that. But the one thing that, the biggest honor that I can say about Devery, when I went to Tulane, I had a lot of NFL coaches call me, how'd y'all do it? How'd y'all win? How'd y'all win? How'd y'all win? And I would say substitution, they want to know the substitution patterns, they want to know how we game plan and everything like that. But I wouldn't tell them anything. I still don't. And so the one thing they said, they say, man, and this is a true statement. I'm going to say about 16 defensive back coaches said, Lance and Marcus going to win games for you, but Devery Henderson and Robert Meacham will get you fired. So those guys are so fast down the field, big plays. They say owners look at SportsCenter all day, and every time you see Devery and Meacham on TV, it was dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. It was one big play after another. Devery is not only a great receiver here. Devery was a young man just like I am, won a national championship at LSU, won a Super Bowl here. For a guy that couldn't catch, caught 7 balls in the Super Bowl in the biggest game of his life. And I've never thought he couldn't catch. I thought he was outstanding. He's a runner. He's a catcher. But the most thing he is, he's a family man. He's so unselfish. He also helped me coach the receivers at Carr High School. So you can give him credit for this Carr. So, but I want to introduce, and this guy is so unselfish, the best blocker I could ever think of. Y'all got to give this guy a round of applause. Stand up for him, Mr. Devery Henderson.
I can assure y'all that this is going to be real quick. I want to first off by saying I'm humbled and honored to be in front of you today. So I want to take time to thank the good Lord for making everything possible. Also, I want to thank the organization, the Benson family. Rest in peace, Mr. Benson. Ms. Benson, you're doing an incredible job of with this organization and for what you do for the state of Louisiana. It's been an honor to represent this organization, team, represent my state, my hometown of Opelousas. I also would like to thank Mickey Loomis for bringing me in the draft, second round, 2004. Rest in peace to Will Smith also. I'm a little nervous, y'all, just bear with me. Also, I want to thank the coaches that have came through and helped me out throughout my career here with the Saints. It was a great ride. I've been able to be coached by some great coaches, great men who's helped me develop to a better player and a better person. I also would like to thank all my teammates over the years. It stands out the wide receivers that I had the most success with, Colston, Meacham, Lance Moore. The 4 of us really put in a lot of work. We were very unselfish guys, and all we wanted to do was see each other do well on and off the field, still to this day. So I want to thank those guys for the encouragement and support over the years. They truly were very unselfish players and was great teammates to be a part of, to stand shoulder to shoulder with. I want to thank the training staff over the years. I was a fast guy, so I had a lot of soft tissue injuries and stuff, hamstring. I had a hamstring almost every training camp. That was my escape route. But I want to thank the training staff for getting us back on the field, getting us healthy, and letting us be able to get out there and do what we do. Also, the equipment managers, Corey and Bum, Chief, you did a good job with those guys. I love them. Corey was actually at LSU with me, so you know that's my guy. So I want to take time to thank those guys too. Also, man, I want to thank LSU for molding me and making me ready and preparing me to do what I've done to land me up here in front of you guys. I was able to play with one of the best coaches in college football. So, you know, thank him, thank that staff. I wouldn't be here in front of you all today without that experience. And I got a few things written down because this speaking is not my thing. So, just like I say, bear with me. I want to give a special thanks, man, to my hometown of Opelousas, Louisiana. Me growing up there, the people I encountered, the coaches that took time with me, the teachers throughout school, just that whole community for really, really supporting me over the years, showing me love, and giving me the courage to represent them in the right way. I wouldn't be up here without my experiences, my upbringing, and everything from Opelousas, Louisiana. So I know there's a lot of people. I have a lot of family there, a lot of cousins, and people that have claimed me to be their cousin over the years. But I truly, truly want to thank all of those people. I'm a real quiet person, so I don't get a chance to express my appreciation to a lot of people. So hopefully they'll see this and know that I wouldn't be up here without them, and I'm representing them, my hometown. I also want to thank my family for the support and encouragement over the years, the love for sure. I had outstanding support, man, throughout the years since a kid. Man. My family really showed up, supported me, came to my
Now we'll ask Devery and Mrs. Benson to make their way to the portrait, which they will unveil. And this portrait, of course, will be permanent. It's part of the Saints Hall of Fame. They'll have it on the field Sunday at halftime as well. So you guys can pull it off from the top there and unveil the portrait of Devery Henderson. Once again, a big round of applause and congratulations to Devery Henderson. Once again, we'll dim the lights.